Football fans, welcome into the Matchday preview of the World Cup. We just completed Wednesday of the World Cup. We've got 2 more days of group stage action before it kicks off the knockout rounds, and that's what Matt and I are here to do, is break down those last 2 days there of the knockout round. Matt, let's just kick it off with what we just saw. We saw Poland and Argentina advancing.
Yeah, Argentina topping the group, which is big for some futures that I had. So I feel really great about that. I had some Netherlands and some England and some Argentina. One of my best bets. Some of the future bets, aren't looking great, but one of them that was probably my favorite was just Argentina and England to top the groups, and
Yeah.
that one came in. So feel good about that, and just need Brazil to top their group, which I think is pretty much already done to cash another parlay kind of topping of a group
Yeah.
thing.
Overall, though, the games today were good. I mean, Argentina was just all over, that Polish defense. They were going to get a goal. It was just kind of, certainly a matter of when. And right after the break, they get one. That Mexico game, I didn't watch a lick of it until the last little bit, but it, looked like it was majority Mexico. Saudi looked like maybe they either sat or they just got their butt kicked by Mexico. So either way, they'd pick up the 2-1 victory in that. So it does hit the both teams to score in over 2.5 at the death. So if you're holding on to one of those tickets, you cash the little both teams to score right there. All right, Matt, let's kick off the show, or let's keep going also with, obviously last time we were here, we were previewing the big United States-Iran, so let's get our reaction. You want to go first? Me? Who you want to kick it off, or what?
Yeah, feel free to go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just obviously, a good performance, and in that first half, it certainly felt like a goal was coming with Iran being willing to sit, concede possession, and then Robinson and Dest on the flanks just sending in crosses. Each cross looked dangerous, so he could score off that. Weah could have obviously let that one fall to him, and then he kicks it in. So many opportunities in that first half, and then even when Iran switches their tactics, because like they have to do in the second half, you're still the better team. So it didn't matter which tactics Iran threw. United States is a better team. You're America.
America. Yeah, I mean, I believed, I did believe, I thought it was, I mean, maybe it's time to start giving Greg Berhalter a little bit more credit. And I think that I think that USA learned a lot from what happened against Wales in the first match. They go one up, they go into the
Mm-hmm.
break, and they at least for like 20, 30 minutes kept trying to kind of pile it on. They couldn't make the breakthrough on the second. Really was unfortunate that way it was off sides, and that would have really put it done and dusted. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they went in a full bunker basically for about 15, 20 minutes to finish it off, and
Mm-hmm.
Iran really didn't sniff anything. There wasn't much. They were trying to embellish a lot of contact and stuff, but
Yeah.
um,
I also love the
that's
halftime
all.
subs.
Yeah, yeah,
No, and I love the halftime substitution of Aronson, because you bring in a guy that at Leeds is full of energy, and you don't want to have that drop off when you're up 1-0 like you did against Wales. You dropped off a little, he's just going to kind of bring it. So, yeah, I love it. So maybe Bearholt does get a little bit of credit, like you said.
yeah.
I certainly like that move.
I mean, that was just like your like for like with Pulisic and
Hmm.
the injury, and it looks like he's going to be okay, which is really positive.
Yeah.
I think that USA have an absolute chance against this Netherlands squad. It's about stopping the kind of the name that nobody really knew before the tournament. Now everybody knows who he is Cody Gakpo. Minimizing him as much as possible.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get that many chances, but we have got to take the few that we're going to get.
Hmm.
Um, and Van Dyke can't do it all. You have to make him work. And this is really one, though, where I would change the tactics a little bit here. Like, I think that the Netherlands will have, a good amount of the ball, whatever, but I would play with Pulisic up top. I really would. And I would bring in Aronson on the left. And because I think that Van Dyke he gobbles up strikers like Josh Sargent
Yeah.
and Haji Wright. Like he'll gobble those guys up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So like you need someone. He doesn't really have any weaknesses as a center half. I mean, there is you cannot find a flaw in his game, but everyone that's a center back will still struggle with dynamic, pacey, smaller
Oh, sure.
players, and that's what Pulisic is. He still has to worry about Pulisic's pace in behind and things of that nature. So that is where I would definitely be making a change here, because I worry for Haji, and I don't know if Sargent is even okay, but those guys will get absolutely gobbled.
Yeah, yeah. No, cool. All right, we'll dive into that one a little bit deeper on Friday, because on Friday's World Cup match day preview, we're going to preview the Saturday Sunday knockout rounds, and obviously we're involved on Saturday with a little early morning kickoff there for you guys, waking up, enjoying some breakfast, and enjoying us against the Netherlands. Matt, I do want to run through before we preview the Thursday Friday fixtures. Just mention Netherlands, Senegal, they get out of Group A. England, USA, they get out of Group B. Argentina, Poland, Group C, and then France, Australia. Really a surprise there in Australia, but yeah, watched that entire match this morning versus Denmark, but yeah, France and Australia. So there, do you want to anything of those 8 teams? Do you want to mention anything or move on to the previews?
Pretty sure I'm 7 for 8 on the preview show. If we go back, I think that I ended up
Nice.
going with Senegal. Definitely Poland. I was pretty bullish on Poland, but
Yeah,
yeah,
so you,
nobody could have seen Australia. But credit to them, they got their tactics spot on, and they've been able to do a couple things on the counter attack, and now they're going to get a team that really wants to dribble and play quick 1-2s, and this is the end of the road for Australia.
yeah, I mean, their only ways is going to be to score is if they get on a set piece, like they get a random corner and what's it, that 6'6" center back Harold Stutter that we're going to go ahead and throw our money behind because he's going to outjump everybody. That's their only chance. Otherwise, Argentina win to nil, for sure, up against that one. All right, let's see. I obviously had England, USA. I was on Mexico. That could have came down to cards, but obviously then the late Costa Rica or Saudi Arabia goal flips that one then on goal differential, and then as you said, nobody's get that. So, all right, good stuff. Let's get on into it. Let's go ahead and look at the Thursday fixtures. We've got Canada, Morocco, within Croatia and Belgium, the other fixture there in that group. Let's kick it off there with Croatia, Belgium, because that's one I want to talk about because how bad Belgium's been, and they're looking bad. They're limping into this third match day, and they need to pretty much get a good result here if they want to progress. So Morocco obviously knocking them off 2-0. So what are you thinking here? I'm thinking this one's going to be low scoring. One of those maybe like both teams will score no, kind of just an absolute grind.
So here's this. This one is, there's reports coming out that a lot of these Belgian players really are not fond of one another now. They've been through this now for 10 years together. They haven't really been able to achieve as much as they've wanted to achieve. The quote unquote golden generation is over.
Mm-hmm.
Courtois isn't speaking to KDB. KDB isn't speaking to Courtois. Hazard isn't speaking to Trossard, and Trossard isn't speaking to Hazard. Like little, and how much of that is true? I bet some of it is. I bet there's a couple of those guys that really aren't happy with one another.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have some belief in this Belgium squad here. I think when you stack up the 11s, and here it goes, it's on the move right now. Okay, so this was just, I'm looking at Barstool right in front of me. It was plus 170, plus 170. Draw no bet was minus 110 on both sides. Now you just like literally in the last seconds, Croatia just took some money. They're favorites now. Croatia in the draw no bet market is now minus 120. No real feel on like I could see both teams finding the back of the net because I don't trust either defense. I don't trust Dejan Lovren, and I think that there's an edge really with Belgium here, but I need them to come together
Yeah.
right now. Because I like they have an edge when you look at Courtois. I think that Courtois is the difference.
That's
Okay,
right.
I'm going to get the best goalie. I think that the 11s are really even. You're going to get Lukaku. You're going to get a full 90 of Lukaku. It's not going to be Batshuayi, which is great. They should if they started Trossard over Hazard, I would love them. I
Mm-hmm.
think that Trossard is clearly the better player now. I don't even think that there's a debate that Leandro Trossard for Brighton is a better player than Eden Hazard for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You just got to take away the names and stop looking at that.
Mm-hmm.
This will definitely be a lineup check. I just need to make sure, but I'm leaning Belgium, actually. I think that they'll create more chances. I think they'll create more problems.
I don't know.
That's where I see it. But it's tough because Croatia's got a brilliant midfield three. And it's like this three-headed monster of Brozovic, Modric, and Kovacic versus KDB. Like KDB in his freaking prime, KDB.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's gonna be a fascinating one to watch, though. Really, like this is a great match. Great match.
I've got this one going under. Obviously you mentioned Courtois, but when looking at it, I thought Belgium was lucky against Canada. I know we both bet over 2.5. I thought that would have hit Canada. I thought was kind of all over Belgium, and kind of their slow and aging defense. I didn't watch the Morocco game based on the time, but it looked like 2-0. They may have got it done. I'm kind of liking Croatia. I'm going to see the other side of this one here and like Croatia 4 points in the group. Got Canada 4-1. Like I said, Canada I thought looked has looked really good at times and did look good against Belgium. So, I'm not liking anything about that offense. I'm going to go the other way and find the bet there that I agree with you. In terms of Belgium's defense maybe in with Courtois. So I like the under and Croatia, under in Croatia for me on that one.
Yeah. I think that all of these matches, if you're really paying attention, it's like first half draws or first half unders and second half overs is the way that this tournament has really stacked up.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a couple over 1.5s in both of those, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and Argentina, in the second halves. Just the way that it's stacking up, and I can see both teams finding the back of the net. It's just it might be
what's that price on both teams to score?
-110. It's -110 on both teams scores. I just think I don't trust either defense. How's that? Like whoever does finally make the breakthrough, whenever that is, I don't trust either defense to keep the other side shut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't know. I can't wait to see some lineups because I've got a really strong feel here, honestly, on Belgium. It's like Croatia have more continuity than Belgium right now. That is clear by the reports, clear by the style of play. Let's not forget Croatia has been to a World Cup final. They are World Cup runner-ups right now. That's pretty incredible for such a small country. But God, I still just think that Belgium have a little bit more firepower up top. Like I don't like Croatia's front line that much enough, and I still think that Belgium have some continuity. And they need to come together. I'll be all over this one though. I will be betting this, and
Nice.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I got Croatia on the double chance at -205. Like that as a parlay piece, and then I know you said you like both teams to score, but I'm going to take a look at that under. So the under 2.5 is -135. I mean, that hit in 3 of the 4 games today? The unders are still coming in. The unders coming in. It went unders in match day 1, overs in match day 2. Now we're back to unders in match day 3. I do kind of like the under Croatia on that double chance. For this other fixture here in this group, Matt, though, Canada-Morocco. I've seen Canada create. They've been unlucky that they only have 1 goal, and they're just conceding a ton. Love Morocco's offense. I put it into both teams to score bet in that Belgium-Morocco game because I loved Morocco's offense, and Belgium was a team that let me down. So this one to me seems like a both teams score and over 2.5, and just obviously got to take in what it's not just like an open game. It doesn't really matter because there are things at stake. But I don't know. I've seen both teams scoring over 2.5.
Yeah, I could only be on overs here. I think. I think I agree. Really, it's just you're getting a team in Canada that will die off the more the match goes on. Like I think that they're worth a look in the first half of matches. There was a guy on Twitter that had a really great opinion on Canada to be leading at the break, and then Croatia to win the match. That was about 7 minutes from cashing, like a 32-1 is what I had. Like Canada come out of the blocks, they come out of the traps, they're hot, they've got their pressing going. But then as the match goes on, the class does outshine, and I think that we could be like in a stretcher where look like I mean, Canada played Croatia and Belgium, the two higher level classes offensively in both of these, and they went toe to toe with both of them for a good 45 minutes. Um, Morocco don't have that same type of flair. They don't have that same type of clinicality about them. So
Hmm.
you're getting a team that wants to play on the front foot and go for, they have nothing else to play for. They're playing for their pride, trying to score some goals. I think Canada maybe in the first half, draw no bet, plus 130 is interesting. But really, I probably won't have a lot on this match. I've got some futures kind of tied into Morocco. I need them to advance out of this group. And
Well,
yeah, this is a tough match. I gotta say, this is a tough match to figure out.
let's look at those standings. You talk about mentioned maybe having a future bet on there. You got Croatia at 4 points, Morocco at 4 points, Belgium at 3, Canada at 0. So to your point, Canada can't do anything. They're going home after this game. Morocco. So if you believe Belgium's going to win, like you believe, Belgium gets 6. Morocco is still behind Croatia on goal differential unless Croatia was just get hammered by Belgium. But I don't think anybody sees them getting hammered. But that's what it would take then for Morocco to have to flip that,
Is
and
it?
then also have Canada, and then also have Canada lose. So you think of Morocco, they just need a point. They just need to go ahead and get a point, and now they're off
Yeah.
the goal differential. So
If they get a
what
point, they're
is
in.
yeah,
It's as simple as that. And they've been great to bat, like to that's where this is like this favorite role for them, Jason. Like where I'm not as interested. I was interested in them. I took some double chance when they were plus 300 against Croatia. That was one of my best feels I felt of the tournament. I was one of those 5 a.m.ers.
hmm
Definitely said that on this show. And this is a different role now, though. Now they're the favorite, and I'm not really as interested. I don't think that they have the offensive ability. But that's not to say like Canada's defense is pretty freaking bad too.
it's
So
bad. I mean, if you don't come out like Iran did and want to just give Canada the ball, I mean, tactics will come out. I'm not a fan of that tactic whatsoever of conceding possession, especially like an Iran squad. They're not even used to doing that. Like when is Iran in a position where they're not normally not chasing? You know what I mean? Like they're up top. They're normally chasing and having to go for it. And then they ask their team to sit for 90 minutes, and of course they get slaughtered by the United States. If Morocco wants to come out and concede possession, that Canada attack will certainly get some goals in the first half, and your first half draw no bets outstanding.
yeah, I
So
think that one makes some sense, but I just can't. I really can't trust this Canada side is so naive. Like they
oh,
just are. They don't have a great back line. Like just this match stinks. I would rather watch it. I'll watch it and see if there's an angle in play.
yeah,
That's the theme of this tournament thus far. Is just don't be so rushed into betting pre. Like there's just no reason to because none all of these matches are starting so slow.
with Canada, like we literally have nothing to play for. I'm really liking, I think, goals. Even if they
Yeah,
just keep giving them up, like who cares? You're going home
yeah.
anyway.
I
So
think
if
that
you
too.
know, so
Yeah.
the over 2.5 is at plus 115. We saw 3 to 4 unders today. This could be the spot maybe tomorrow. Where you can snag an over 2.5 and a good plus money, plus 115. I think that's where I'm going to end up dabbling in this game.
Yeah, I think that if you do want to bet pre-live on these and you like overs, you better make sure that it's a match that doesn't really matter that much, and at least to both teams. And like so,
Right.
it doesn't matter to Canada, but it does to Morocco. So you just don't know how Morocco is going to come out of this
That's
one.
what I'm
Like, are
saying.
they
They
going to
come out like
split?
Iran. I don't want that bet. I don't want them just
I
to. I
know,
want.
no. I think that they won't be that foolish, and they'll
Yeah.
they'll they'll still attack Canada, in the first 45 minutes. God, that's a tough one to unpack. It really is.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the other two fixtures then on Thursday and see what is this? Group E. Group E. Yeah, Group E. We've got Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan, Spain. Let's just start with Costa Rica, Germany, because everybody will, just remember what Spain did up against Costa Rica. I don't think Germany quite gets that high, 7-0, but I do expect them to win to nil and expect them to rack up some amount of goals in the process, right, Matt?
Yeah, they should. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find right now, like, what is their
If here, I'll give you the standings. Sorry. So Spain's got
right?
4. Spain's
Yeah.
got 4. Japan's next 3. Costa Rica's obviously got 3, and then Germany's at 1. So if Germany wins the game, they're up to 4, and then they would just need Spain to win.
They would need Spain to win, so like that's where I'm getting at here. So okay, so they're -1 on their goal differential, while Japan is tied at 0. So Japan's 0, Germany's at -1 right now. So that's nice when you think about like Germany. They have all of the
Well,
you know they want to go. You know what I mean? They want to score as many goals as they can. Like I don't think I really am interested though in like betting them like over 3.5 goals at +135 right now. Like I don't think I'm there yet. I haven't seen enough from these Germans really to say like I think that they can get 4 goals against a deep lying back line. And let's also not forget that Costa Rica still has a shot here. I mean, if Japan
yeah, that's
loses to
right.
Spain, which is what's looking likely, Costa Rica just try to hang on for their lives here.
Right.
This one's all going to come down to when is that first goal? When
Yeah.
is that coming? Because at some point in time, Costa Rica will have to get away from this sit back mentality, Jason.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, you do. I mean, they do. At some point, they do have to go chase the game. Again, if Japan even gets a point, Germany. So that let's just say Germany wins by 1, their goal differential is even. If they were able to
Yeah.
get a point, because obviously that means theirs stayed the same. So then you'd have to go to more goals scored. That's in the next tiebreakers. How many goals you scored? Germany would at least get 1 in the process, and at 3. So Spain 0-0 game's not good, but if they can get a 1-1, hey, that one could go either way. Any of those
Yeah, I
teams
mean,
can get
Germany
it.
are in a great spot. They're in a great spot to get through here. They are. You couldn't ask for anything more, really,
No, like they
as
say,
a German fan after the first match.
they have to get 2 to 3 goals, and they're over 2.5s at -210. Yeah, Germany has to get 3-ish goals to really get that goal differential. Because if Japan were to earn a point, and then they both have 4,
That's where I'm
it's
at here.
priced right because they're gonna have to keep going for it.
So it's -180 on Barstool. That's the best way in here, in my opinion, in terms of if you want to find something to combine with this.
You know what I'm combining with it? That Morocco
I would
double chance. Morocco double
Morocco.
chance.
I like that. That's fine. You can even look towards the Friday matches that we'll talk about too. So like, but
Yeah.
I do think that that's a nice parlay piece. I think that getting the Germans to score 3 goals. I don't want them. I don't need them to score 4, but because once they score 1, whenever that does happen, like because I can see this being tight for 30 minutes, and you're sitting there like shit. My
Yeah.
bad.
Right.
My bed's toast. But once the first goal comes, Costa Rica have no other option other really than to kind of, I mean, they're going to have to change their tactics a little bit unless they actually, it's not really true either because once only 1 goal probably won't get Costa Rica to change tactics
It
because
looks
they'll sit back still and try to just nick something on a corner or set piece.
based on their goal differential being at 1-7. They've basically got to chase the game maybe the entire time because they can't be on 3 points with Japan. Japan has better goal differential. I don't know.
Yeah,
Germany,
this match
this is,
too,
huh?
really. I don't have any interest. I think this is a live look. See if Croatia or Costa Rica are getting battered a little bit, and then maybe you do look first half. Germany
Mm-hmm.
4-1, but yeah, this match probably won't take a lot from me if anything really.
I mean, and but what's Spain on the double chance? Let's see. The Spain, oh yeah, 1100.
That's gonna be
Yeah, 11.
yeah no
You think
no
Spain's gonna knock
value
off? You
really.
think Spain's gonna knock off Japan? I mean, got to take it pretty serious, obviously, right? If I mean, God forbid they lose and Costa Rica wins, they're out of the World Cup. So they do have to take it
I think
serious.
that this match can be competitive. I do. I think that Japan can compete with Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that Spain still do at times. They'll be frustrating. No, they won't. They'll be like Germany was in the match day 1, where they just don't take their chances. It's very possible that this match could be. I'd be looking first half unders. Like you're going to get a pretty good price on an Asian line here in the first half. Let me try and find that.
That's right. You always do the Asian lines. I'm just gonna look up the not the normal line, but the non-Asian line.
Yeah, I'm always interested more in the.
Are you on to under 1.5? Is that what you're thinking? Because that's -235. Minus
No,
two
so
thirty.
that could be the Asian line of 1 plus 108. You can even get a 1.25. That's minus 175. So it'd be under one. That's it's again, all of this is just priced out so right.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of interest in this match, Jason. I don't. I think I have some more interest in the Fridays.
Okay,
Um,
let's jump on over to them
tomorrow,
then.
tomorrow might be yeah, tomorrow might be a lighter day. Like I believe that Japan can hang. I
Hmm.
hope they do. I hope that Japan kind of shocks the world. Like I like some of their players. I'd love to see one of the big boys get knocked out, but it's most likely not happening. This group is going to stack up pretty much the way that we saw it, where the two big guns do find their way out.
They find their way out. Okay, all right. Let's move over to those Friday fixtures. Let's go ahead and I want to take this one first. The afternoon matches there first in Group G. Let's do Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, Serbia. In the group, you've obviously got Brazil's advance on 6 points, Switzerland in second with 3, and then Cameroon and Serbia both on 1 point. And it's Brazil versus Cameroon. That to me is an absolute lineup checker. You already saw what France did today. It's an absolute lineup checker, and France was a good lesson. If you had France in any sort of parlay of any kind, take note. Lineup checker. We'll probably say the same thing for Portugal too, to matter of fact. So they're going to take on Cameroon. Then Serbia, Switzerland. Look, with Switzerland at 3 and Serbia at 1, it's going to be good. We've been on this Serbia offense. It finally woke up last game, getting the 3 goals. I think you see much more of that against the Swiss side. So just like we like that over 2.5 on Thursday, maybe in Canada, Morocco, maybe this is your 2.5 on Friday. That one, Matt, feels like it, right? We like that.
Yeah,
We've been
there's some really great matches on Friday. I don't like the Thursday matches. They're okay, but these matches are like Belgium Croatia is fantastic. That's the match of the day. It's one of the best matches of the tournament. But yeah, like you mentioned, Brazil is probably a lineup checker, but
mm-hmm.
they will. So what they'll do here is they're going to rotate, and then you're going to get a slightly better price on Brazil. It happened today in France, but France don't have the same depth that Brazil have. So you've got minus 260 on a Brazil money line. We saw how Cameroon got shredded by Serbia.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the backups for Brazil should shred this Cameroon defense. So this is one where you can get a nice price. Like this is one to wait on. You wait, and you do probably bet this one pre live. Like once the lineups come out, you watch this market dip. It'll take a 20 to 30 cent dip on
Mm-hmm.
the rotation, which is
It's fine.
there is not much of a drop off.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to get a lot. You're going to get a total goals by Brazil. Like you could even find like an over 1.5 at minus 170. That would be a bet. Over 2.5 at like plus 170. That would be a bet. Those kind of things could definitely be considered.
So even with the squad rotation, you're not worried like France was tripped up. There's no worry, no
Yeah.
concern for you. It's Brazil money
No,
line.
no concern at all with a rotation. I
Okay.
think that some of them actually could be better. Like I'd love to see Bruno Guimaraes over Fred. I really, really would. Like
Don't tell me that. Me. Get Fred off the
I'm
pitch.
not a Fred
I'm a
guy. I
long
cannot
champion.
believe. I
No,
think that it could be the
nobody's
death
a
of
Fred
Brazil
guy.
in the freaking tournament, man. Is
Yeah.
playing. I want to say McFred, but it's like
No.
Fred Miro.
Right
Fred
here.
Miro.
Right. Yeah. So no. For that one, I'm definitely not betting it ahead, Matt. To me, I'm put off by the France thing. Thought thought they
I
could still
wouldn't
get
be.
it done, but yeah, I like the Serbia Switzerland over 2.5 though. I think in this group, lay off Cameroon, Brazil should win. I hear you. I mean, but yeah, not for
They're
me.
going. They're
Cameroon,
going
Cameroon
to.
does have nothing to play for, right? Because they have to win. They have to win. Like a draw does them
They've got to
obviously no
go
good.
for it, and
That's
that's
what I'm saying.
again going to be.
Okay, so
It's going to be
they
trouble.
have to go for it.
I'm telling you, Brazil will find. They will win this match
Minus
with the
265.
rotation. Like here's the thing. Here's the difference between France and Brazil. Their lineups on the starting 11s are very close when you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at Mbappe and Dembele and those guys. When France have rotated to this secondary lineup like they did today, which was complete garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it was still worth a look because I thought Tunisia was complete and utter shit, but they weren't. Like they were going with Kolo Muani, who just got called up to the French national team last week. Guendouzi was playing in the forward three line. He's a midfielder. Like they're and then in Brazil, you're going to get like Anthony. You're going to get these other dudes that like, you're going to get Gabby Jesus is going to. You know what? This line actually isn't even going to probably move. Here, that's the other thing too. This probably won't take the dip. That'll be your indication. Actually, you wait, you see the rotation, and you'll see the market doesn't even move in this one because the freaking Brazil starting 11 is just as good as what you're going to get. Gabby Jesus and Anthony up top with
Yeah.
who else? Like
I don't know. I have to
I'm telling you,
There, well, because there's
they're
no
gonna
Neymar,
battle.
so that would be the natural, with Vinicius. Hold on, let me look. If they're going to want to sit Vinicius, so they're going to sit Rafinha for Anthony, which I'm fine with.
Yep,
I love Jesus coming in.
Martinelli
Oh, but yeah, Martinelli then comes in for Vinicius.
or Rodrigo or
Rodrigo.
whoever the drop off.
Okay, I'm on Brazil money line. I'm sold. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
building
yeah.
this
Like
parlay.
Brazil money line is definitely okay. And here's the other thing too, Jason, is there's only two teams thus far out of all these groups that have the chance to go 3-0 in their groups. It's
Yeah.
Portugal and it's Brazil. Somebody's doing it. I'm telling you right now, Brazil is winning this match, and they should be winning this match comfortably,
All right.
very comfortably. If Serbia are putting up 3 on Cameroon, then freaking Brazil's third team is putting up 3 against Cameroon. I'm sorry, like that's the difference between these two teams.
And especially in
You're
the game
looking at
when
a team,
and
yeah,
especially in the game when Cameroon's got to win, so they're going to have the spaces because they're going to have to, if they want anything, they're going to have to win. So nice.
exactly. And you're talking about a team that was priced at the beginning of the tournament at plus 300 in Brazil. And you're talking about a team that was priced at 125 to 1 in Serbia. And Serbia were able to score 3. Uh, this is the best parlay piece that we found yet. 100%. It's Brazil.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm building a parlay. What we've given out the picks. I'll obviously reveal the parlay at the end, but everybody kind of knows it from around here. But yeah, I've building it. I'm up to the parlays right now plus 280. All right, Matt. You said you were excited about these Friday matches. So the other two then are Ghana, Uruguay, South Korea, Portugal. What are you excited about? You said Friday. There's 2 more matches. Which
I
one?
guess we'll just probably hit
Oh,
on
here. Let me hit the
Serbia.
standings real quick.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's finish
I did
off this.
Serbia, Switzerland. You do it then. I just see goals. What do you take? You go
I
for it.
I want Serbia to get out. I do have like a small like on Bet Rivers they gave out a $25 like where you could bet, and if the team didn't get out of the group, you get your money back. I threw
Okay.
that 25 on Serbia at 125 to 1. Like I have been overly bullish on this team. I've got them to qualify, and they've got to get all 3 points here. This is not going to be easy, and this is a match that we highlighted kind of a long time ago here, and I need to really dig into the referee. But this is going to be a cards match.
I
These
could tell you
these
that
two
real quick.
countries,
Let me
these
tell you.
two countries hate each other. These two countries are not fond of one another. Um, the last time these two teams played in the World Cup, it was freaking 2018. I think it was in the same exact scenario. They were in the same group, and Switzerland got the job done in the last match to send Serbia packing. I don't know what. Like, I can't believe that Vlahovic isn't going to start. And like that, that definitely
He's not.
cools.
Why not?
I mean, because he just hasn't.
Oh, you're
He just
saying. Oh,
hasn't.
right. I know.
They
I have
haven't
that
even.
future. I'm like, wait, do you know something? I'm so nervous.
I mean, he hasn't been starting. So
I
like, why
know.
why would he get in here?
Starting.
You
Hell, he's not
know,
even
it's like,
playing. They didn't bring him off the bench in match day number 2. I'll tell you though, in that one though, like I said, I do see the overs because you do have a Serbia team that has to go for the win. I think
mhm.
Switzerland has enough. I was impressed with what they were able to do with Brazil with a little bit of what they kind of had on the ball. So I see goals in that one. I see
Yeah, this
goals.
one's tough. I'm waiting on a cards line. Basically, I will be betting the over on the cards
Flash score
in
where
this
you were
one.
talking, they don't know the referee yet, which is weird for
Yeah,
Flash score. But as soon as that's
yeah.
known,
I'm looking at DraftKings. They don't have anything up,
okay.
so yeah, it hasn't been announced yet. But I will be on cards. That will be the bet here. And yeah, you're going up. Serbia were freaking naive as hell against Cameroon. I couldn't believe the stuff that they pulled. Going up 2-0, or they were up 3-1, up by 2 goals.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, if Serbia gets sent home packing, they have no one else to blame but themselves. And you're going up against a more intelligent, higher IQ Switzerland side that know that they kind of just need to dig in here. So, I think that a lot of people will probably gravitate towards Serbia, draw no bet, and I'm not so sure.
Hmm.
It's just going to be the cards for me, and just I'm hoping that Serbia do win the match, and then they can get through.
Okay, cards for you. Okay, cool. And like I said, I like the over in that one. Let's do the other one there. Then, or let's do the other group here. Let me set the table. Let me give out the points and stuff. So it's Group H. Group H, it's Portugal 6 who advance. Pretty good goal differential there at 5-2. Ghana at 3 points. South Korea 1, Uruguay 1. So you got two teams in South Korea and Uruguay not playing each other. So in their matches, you definitely, obviously, South Korea's got to go for a win. Uruguay's obviously got to go for a win. Let's talk about them first because they're up against Ghana, where Portugal, again, they've already advanced. So, yeah, you've got the Ghana, what was it, 3-2 loss to Portugal, then the 3-2 win over South Korea. Oh, yeah, that was a jump out. Then Korea came back. And then South Korea was 0-0. Uruguay, yet to get a goal. It's killing, I know, all of our futures, but futures aside, I'm absolutely nervous, to be quite honest. I'm scared to back Uruguay to get anything. Again, goalless. Haven't conceded much, only giving up 2 goals, but, man, I'm nervous in that attack.
I
I
think
want to
the
see
Uruguay.
Darwin Nunez alone. And then if you got to change the game, then okay, just take him off. Like if it's not working with him alone, then you just take him off. Then you do the two-striker approach then with Cavani and Suarez, for like the last 20 minutes. But give me Nunez alone. Give me that United winger there, Pastorelli.
Palestri.
Palestri. Yep. Give me him, and let's get some crosses in, and let's get Nunez whipping some things. And I think that's going to be their best chance because otherwise, I mean, Ghana is going to be right in this one. What do you think here? Goals?
I think that Uruguay are a trap.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're being priced here. Like I would only be with Ghana unless I saw like it needs to be like you mentioned. I'm not betting this one until I see what's going on here because Uruguay's lineup and their formation is a complete question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what they're going to throw out. Ghana have conceded a lot of goals. Like you would like to think that Uruguay will change and score in this match. Like you would like to think so. Like the fact that Portugal are scoring 3. I thought that Uruguay, they did some good things against Portugal. They did. Like they just got it wrong at the beginning of the match, really.
They were totally outplayed the first half. They only got it right for about 15 minutes after they were scored on. And the rest of the time, Portugal whooped up on them the way they were playing in that entire first half in 60 minutes.
You have to be worried about the counter-attacking ability of Ghana here. Honestly, like Inaki Williams going up head-to-head against an old Diego Godin and Jimenez. And Jimenez is at least he's got some pace, but Godin's legs are pretty much shot. He's a great guy. Like we're wanting Uruguay to win this freaking match because Uruguay will be so tough to beat in a knockout style game where they get to sit back. But in this, where they have to attack a team, this is not their MO. It's not their cup of tea. You know what I mean? So it's like the other match, like I was kind of mentioning earlier, like Morocco, like they have to go, like they're being priced as these favorites now against Canada. Just a little. This is getting baked into the price. The fact that Uruguay have to win is being baked in here, and that's not right.
Well, I think Ghana also got to get some points because if you looked at, I know France was knocked off the heavy rotation, and Portugal will rotate. Remember watching that game against Uruguay? All the guys that were knocked up were Ruben Neves, who got that big knock at the start, and even though he played through it, if they rotate and Portugal loses, Ghana could get leapfrogged. So that they need to treat this. That's why I think goals because it's not like they sit back and just play for a point. They can absolutely get leapfrogged. When you have Brazil or Portugal on 6 and then South Korea.
That's the only way in here. You're totally right. It's chaos. It's goals. It's the only way. You got to back. Like you got to say that. Look, Uruguay, they still are going to score in this tournament. I do believe that they will find the back of the net in this match. I do. I think that Ghana. I think Ghana on the money line at plus 400 is very appealing. I will say that. I think that Ghana's appealing to me.
If this was in the Premier League, man, we do our weekly Premier League shows. We'd see Ghana two games, a 3-2 and a 3-2 game. Oh, this is your both teams scoring over 2.5. Cash cow in the Premier League. Obviously, extremely small sample size because you only get 3 games at max. This feels like the over. The over is at plus money.
I think that both of these matches in the group stage, I think that when we pivot now to South Korea and Portugal,
To me, it's a lineup checker. I'm not getting burned like I did in France. I didn't end up betting it from they had to win the match. I just bet the clean sheet only. But to take, people got killed. I think you can see that same thing with Portugal. They're going to be pretty heavy rotated, I think, in their squad. And maybe
I've
they
got
do
that
get beat.
feeling. Yeah, I've got that feeling if you were to bet or if you bet both of them, you bet Ghana on the money line, and you bet South Korea on the money line, that you'll win one of them.
Plus 400.
That's what I feel. Both are 4-1.
4-1. Yep.
I feel that, and I think that South Korea have been better than advertised. Honestly, I thought that they were so good in the last 20 minutes against Ghana. Ghana was just, and that's what Ghana's going to need to do again. They're going to have to be extremely resolute at the back. They were against South Korea. They were incredible. They were incredible in that last 20 minutes against South Korea, because I have never seen so many perfectly whipped in crosses by the South Koreans. Just, I'm telling you, from the right, from the left, from the just being like in the middle of the pitch, floating it over like the penalty spots and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Every single ball was pinpoint, like in terms of like fizzing it into a good area, and just Ghana were just taller, and they just got up and just headed every single thing away. Yeah. It was chaos. It was awesome chaos, though. It was. And yeah, I think that you're right. Like Portugal probably like rotates. I bet Ronaldo probably plays though. Like I bet Ronaldo starts.
I got it. No, nothing. We didn't even mention it. So you brought up Ronaldo. It just triggered the reported deal with Saudi Arabia for $207 million a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, he probably. I don't know. I think you got to rotate. This is a good time to rotate like France. Maybe he doesn't.
Maybe I can see them rotating, but I can see, like, I bet Rafael Leao starts. Like he's deserving.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
No, that's great. I think that he should be freaking starting.
Just looking at a look here, their forwards that they brought with them.
Yeah, Portugal in a great spot. You're right. This is a rotation, which again,
don't outbet this match.
That makes you want to take a little bit of South Korea on the money line now. This price is only going to shorten.
That's what I'm saying, and then also the under, right? Because then you're going to think, oh, all that changed. They're going to be out of fluid. It's already enough to get chemistry. These guys haven't played since October, whenever the last international break was. They're jumping in here, so the chemistry actually way back. It was probably back in like September.
Not as interested in the under, just because I think that South Korea is going to make this thing chaotic. Okay. That's my thing. Is I think that the goal of South Korea in this match is to create chaos, which I think that they will. I think that Portugal's bench is good enough. That's the thing too here, Jason. Like, if they do rotate Ronaldo out, like that's a bonus.
Yeah, it is.
That's a bonus.
Yeah, it is. You know me. It is. It is. I'm fine with him being off the pitch, but he is big in big moments. If you give him the right delivery, he's going to finish those deliveries. He's not one of those guys that waste chances.
For sure. So, totally agree. And so,
I'm not.
So yeah, I would honestly. I like both teams to score an over 2.5 in both of these matches a little bit. I think it makes total sense. I think there's chaos to be had in this group. That's what I see.
All right, let's go ahead and. All right, so we've talked about all the matches on Thursday. We've talked about all the matches on Friday. I've been building a parlay, but lately the DraftKings app has been weird, where it like locks a like when you're using it or whatever, it locks. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So let's build this parlay then on this PC, Matt. We both like Germany over 2.5 team total. Dropping that one in. Germany over 2.5. I'm dropping in Morocco on the double chance. Morocco on the double chance. Man, these prices are changing. That's why they're no longer available.
I would honestly just take Morocco to win.
Okay, well, it's a parlay. It's got 6 legs. It's got 6 legs in it. I gotta go a little safe here. Just thinking hit. We're doing first half. Japan, Spain, and these can be removed. This one, I think it was a bet you liked. Under 1.5. Spain, Japan, first half under 1.5. That one makes me a touch nervous.
Yeah.
We got Brazil money line. And then we've got Serbia, Switzerland over 2.5. Serbia, Switzerland over 2.5. Ghana, Uruguay over 2.5. That's them. Six pays roughly a little over 14 to 1. What do you think of those 6 bets, Matt? Like if it was the old, like, oh, if you had to remove one, let me go through them one more time. It's Germany, team total over 2.5. Morocco, double chance. Under 1.5 first half, Japan, Spain, Brazil money line, and then over 2.5 in Serbia, Switzerland, and over 2.5 in Ghana, Uruguay.
I mean, I agree for the most part with like those angles. I do. I'm looking at something right now where I think that Brazil money line are the best parlay piece left of the group stage,
Okay.
and I think that you need to either choose over 1 point. Which one would you rather have? Is a good one. Would you rather have over 1.5 goals in Serbia, Switzerland, or would you rather have over 1.5 goals in Ghana, Uruguay?
Probably Serbia, Switzerland, just because Uruguay hasn't scored yet, so there's a chance they continue to just keep messing it up. So yeah, give me Serbia, Switzerland over 1.5.
Okay, so then that two teamer that's minus 120, and it would be minus 130 if you went the Ghana Uruguay route. Okay, so those are and I bet if you search around, you might be able to get those a touch better. This is just DraftKings, just kind of putting our heads together here. I like this one. I like Brazil money line, and then if you were to do both matches over 1.5 goals, that's at plus 140 basically. So
So
there's going to be
so you
chaos.
definitely see no issue in your mind. We got about, I don't know, call it 5 more minutes here. Then we got to go ahead and run. Okay, so if that's your best. You already said it. I guess I don't need to ask it because you did say that was your best money line or your best parlay piece was Brazil money line. Your best.
Yeah.
So I like over 1.5 in both of those games. Sure, obviously I'm willing to bet over 2.5.
I know. So that's plus 140. I like that one. I think that hits because I think that there's just absolute chaos in Serbia, Switzerland. I think that there's chaos in uh, Ghana, Uruguay. Even though Uruguay haven't scored, I think that they will find the breakthrough and the match will open up. And
I mean, it has to be. I mean, when you look at the standings, that's what's so great when you get to match day number 3. You can, kind of get these tactics and predict them. You look at it, it's like, okay, well, a point does you nothing. Obviously, 0 points does you absolutely nothing. So,
what I'll probably do
I'm hitting this
is I'll
parlay.
probably wait. Yeah, I'll probably wait on Ghana, Uruguay. It'll be live. It'll be 0-0 after 15 minutes, and I'll bet it then. I'll bet the over 1.5 live in Ghana, Uruguay, and then I'll combine it with Brazil money line.
I think that's my hammer. I've got an absolute hammer play. I bet I can get a price on Bet Rivers. You can remove the Brazil money line for people that are scared. Brazil rotates. Maybe new chemistry.
Yeah.
The 2 over 1.5s comes in at minus 141. I'm looking this up because I guarantee you Bet Rivers will have a better price. Barcel's is always better. Oh yeah, this one's already under 300. Oh yeah, this will be better. This will be the bet. I'm probably gonna put 3, 4, or 5 units on it.
7 units.
Where's Serbia, Switzerland? There it is. They've got a new layout. Give Bet Rivers some credit. They've changed their layout. It's nice.
They've needed that for a long
Minus
time.
127. Yeah, I'm going to put probably 5 units on that. That's going to be an official play. Ghana, Uruguay over 1.5 goals. Serbia, Switzerland over 1.5 goals. Minus 127.
Yeah.
That's a hammer. That's the hammer play. That's the I've been getting my ass kicked play, and I don't need something to rescue me. It's not like a reach, but that's the bet. That's the bet where you're like, okay, you're getting 2 goals in each of those games. Is that minus 127? I'm rolling. It's a 5 unit play.
Yeah.
Don't need Brazil money line. Don't need to worry about any rotation, any chemistry with that rotation. That's it. All right, Matt. So those,
Yeah. That team's got tons of chemistry. I'm telling you, Brazil are going to mop Cameroon.
Yeah, I'm gonna
They're
do.
going
Let me put in then. Just, let me do another one there, Matt. So that's an official play. I'm gonna do your Brazil one. You're confident on that. I love that. So I'm just gonna mix in a for them to win and get 2 goals is minus 175.
Now I'm cooking up something.
Is that good, Matt? For them to win and get 2 goals, how much? What's your juice? Do you have a juice limit? Mine's one is minus 150. This is minus 175.
Let's see here. For which one?
You're just Brazil money line and then over 1.5 goals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's minus 130.
No. Minus 175.
On what? Which one?
Got to change live. It's orange. 177. So people are like it. People are listening to this broadcast. They're changing the bets. They're getting worse. Now it's minus 177. Brazil and 2 goals. Brazil and 2 goals.
Oh, Brazil to win, and yeah, that I mean, yeah. That's what it should be.
Or is that another hammer, or is that just a 1 unit play?
No, I think that's worthy of an absolute hammer.
I do like Brazil's squads. When we went through them on the preview, it's like, yeah, Rodrigo comes in, and Jesus comes in, and Martinelli comes in. I do love it.
So this is what I like. I guess this is it's a 5-teamer at plus 220. So it's not that great, but I think that these all hit. Like over 1.5 goals in Costa Rica, Germany. That's the minus 1400. Over 1.5 in South Korea, Portugal. Over 1.5 in Ghana, Uruguay. Over 1.5 in Serbia, Switzerland, and Brazil money line. But
give me the. I heard Costa Rica, the Ghana game, the Serbia game. What was the other one?
South Korea.
South Korea. So you have over 1.5.
I truly think best bet of this entire card is cards in Serbia, Switzerland.
Matt, I do want to clarify. So you have over 1.5 goals in Costa Rica, Ghana, Serbia, and South Korea.
Yeah,
those are the 4 matches. So you have over 1.5, and then you're saying and then you also Brazil money line, and then you like the cards angle in Serbia, Switzerland.
Yeah, might as well do Brazil and over 1.5, and then you maybe get to 3-1.
Yeah, this is the minus 177. Are you doing not that saying what are you doing, but are we, in terms of people watching the show and your confidence level? Am I dropping this in a parlay? Am I playing these? Obviously, the juices are minus 300. This is what you like as a parlay, like those old.
It's okay. It's really. I'm just trying to give at least thing. Like I think that has a really good chance to hit. Mm-hmm. But it's not for me really to only like to do a 5-teamer that only is like plus 220. Like that just isn't for me because something will go wrong there. I've really just been doing singles and I did hit the parlay though that I talked about on Monday. I needed Cody Gakpo to score over 1.
You're right.
Clean sheet.
Easy too. Easy one.
23-1.
All right. Well, I guess in terms of people, I have only locked in that the over 1.5. Serbia, Ghana, minus 127. Bet Rivers 5-unit bet. Official bet. We'll tweet it out at some point. That's an official bet. All right, guys. Next time we're going to come back for the next World Cup match day preview is going to be Friday. Matt, I know, not to like, nobody's putting anybody on the spot. Are we thinking morning, afternoon, 4 o'clock? Do you want to do the same thing?
I prefer morning. Yeah.
Morning. Okay, I do my daily show at your time, 10:30. We could just do them back to back. Do you want to do it like 11 a.m. your time? Friday?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Or maybe noon? Somewhere
I think so. I'll let you know. Yeah, that should work though. I would prefer morning.
All right, guys. Well, we'll come back Friday morning-ish sometime, and we'll preview Saturday and Sunday's knockout round. That includes the United States of America taking on the Netherlands. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Good luck with your bets over the next couple of days. We'll see you guys over Friday. All right, Matt. Enjoy the games, man.
Yep, you too, Jason. Thanks.